Hello, hello, hello. This is Laquita Momley, and I'd like to thank you all for spending a bit of your lunchtime with me today. I'm coming to you live with Miss Lynn DelGaudio. And Miss Lynn is a speaker, she's an author, she's a coach, she's an amazing, amazing woman. And today she's going to be talking to us, giving us some quick tips today on the importance of managing your stress. You know, due to COVID-19 and the restrictions that have been placed on us due to COVID-19. And I say restrictions, but they are for our health. But restrictions nonetheless. A lot of families across the nation are experiencing an increase in their stress levels. And Lynn is going to talk to us today about how to manage those and how to decrease those. Lynn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Every few days or so, I just get like a little tension under the chest or in my stomach or my throat. And I go, oh, okay, I know what this is. Take a breath. I tell people I watch the CVNN, the Coronavirus News Network, because it's just everywhere.
It's everywhere, right? It's everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. But stress is at an all-time high. And, before the coronavirus, we were at epidemic levels of stress in our country.
Yes, I saw you sent some statistics. It's like we were the United States Stress Report of 2019. We were one third of doctors reported seeing people for stress-related issues.
1/3 of people surveyed reported that they've been to a doctor because of stress.
Wow. And this is pre-corona. This is
pre-corona. And, wow. 57%, and it was estimated pre-corona that 60 to 70% of us are in a chronic elevated state of stress. And so it's one thing to have acute stress where maybe somebody cuts you off in traffic and you do something, you react, but then you're over it. When we're in an elevated state of stress, that's what's really, really dangerous. And that literally creates disease in us because there's certain chemical reactions that are sent into the body. And then the body in turn signals back to the brain, and the brain senses from those signals anxiety and tension and sends more of these stress hormones like we know cortisol. Cortisol is killer. I mean, it's just stress literally does kill. So when you're in that chronic elevated state, your brain downregulates genes that trigger disease. So and stress it depresses the immune system that and specifically suppresses the immunity process that fights against viral infection. So really important now, more than
ever. Right now. Lower your stress levels so that your immune system can build up and be strong enough to fight off a potential virus.
Yeah.
So now more than ever, decreasing our stress levels and building our immunity is more important. And I thought that it was really, really interesting that, we were saying like at least 57% of people pre-COVID-19 reported being paralyzed. So with us being in the midst of COVID-19, how much are the stress levels increasing in people, and what are some of the things that they can do to combat that, to alleviate that?
Number one, breathe. I'm telling you, I mean, breathing is so important. And if you can breathe, maybe put your hand on your heart and close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you're sending a signal to the brain that you're safe. And that, like, literally, I mean, people watching right now, just close your eyes and take a full breath. And full breath in, I mean, 4 or 5 counts in, and then hold it. And then you exhale for more than you inhaled. Because when you exhale for more than you inhaled, it's sending some signals to the brain. It's also ensuring that you're on the next breath, you're going to get a full inhalation. Calms your central nervous system, lowers blood pressure. But how do you even know that you're stressed out? Because sometimes we don't know that we're experiencing stress until it's too late, right? But your body tells you. And like I said earlier, I can feel the tension in my chest. I can feel it in my stomach. People experience it in different ways. But when you feel that somatic response, that reaction from your body, pay attention and just stop and breathe. And I mean, and you might, if you're not used to this, you might get some tingling in your extremities. Completely normal. Don't let that cause you stress. That's the relaxation response, and it goes away the more you practice.
Awesome.
So breathing is always number one in my book.
You know, you say that, and I know I have an Apple Watch, and I love my Apple Watch. I probably don't use it to the fullest of its capability, so that's just my disclaimer. But I like it because it helps me keep my steps, and I know I've set it so that I have these little goals, and once I've reached the goals, my circle's closed. So, but I did notice that breathing is one of the things that it alerts me to, and that's not something that I had to program into the watch. It's something that became standard, that, you know, take a deep breath, you know, inhale, exhale. And so to hear you say that breathing is one of the number one things that we can do to help to regulate our body and to bring us back into a position of calm, that's really enlightening. Because, I mean, you know, transparent, I never even asked why is breathing on my watch. Like, I am breathing, you know, I know to breathe or I will pass out. But what I hear you saying is very essential in that, and to add to my daily routine of that breathing exercise to help keep my body at a reduced stress level.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point. Routine. I think right now, routine is so critically important. You've got that thing on your watch, don't change it. Right now, the world is changing literally at a pace that is too quick for our little brains to comprehend.
The process.
To process. And usually we'll have, like, stress is an identification of a threat. Usually we're dealing with like one threat at a time. Maybe your relationship is in a little turmoil, or maybe your job's at risk, or maybe your family's sick and you're thinking, oh, I might get sick too. But this is everything all at once: financial, environmental, emotional, physical threats. Boom, boom, boom. Changing so quickly. Your brain does not like that. It does not like change too much. It does not like change at all, really. And it does not like that accelerated pace of change. So if you can do something that, like, tells your brain that you have some control, a little bit of a routine, even if that's just getting up and making your bed, if you're feeling paralyzed by stress, whatever those baby steps are, I think it's really important to maintain a routine as well, and connect with people. I mean, the social isolation, social distancing, we don't want that to equate to isolation. You know, people just seeing your cheery, beautiful face is calming. You know, that calms people. It's helpful for someone to see another person doing okay. You know.
Yeah.
And right now, all we're being asked to do for now is sit on a couch.
Sit on the couch. You know,
right now, that's what we're been. We can do it.
We could do that. We definitely can do that. You know, I was saying yesterday to a friend, I had a lady on, she's a licensed social worker, and she and I were discussing how those of us who are at least 40 years of age and older, that this period of self-quarantine should not be something that's really difficult for us in terms. I remember as a teenager, my television went off at a certain time. So the TV, it just went off. There were no channels, you know. We were looking at that little, you know, multicolored Technicolor circle until the next day. You know, there were no cell phones. So you had to only get on the phone when your parents allowed you to get on the phone. And even, you know, as a young adult, cell phones were quite expensive. So it was a house phone. So a lot of the things that we have now, we knew our neighbors. So I'd come outside in the evening and talk to my neighbor, you know, on the weekends and talk to my neighbor. And so really that's what they're asking us to do right now, is to stay inside, stay safe. And like you said, self-quarantine or self-isolation does not mean that we have to isolate ourselves from everything. You know, technology is a blessing. Yeah. Technology is a blessing. Social media is social for a reason. We can use this technology to video chat and see each other, even if we're worlds apart. You know, I talk to my friends via video chat that are in Africa and Europe and different parts of the world, so we can stay connected. So, you know, just focus on using what we have in order to stay connected. Do those breathing exercises to alleviate stress, and develop a routine and stick to that routine to help alleviate stress and bring those stress levels down.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
I mean, there's a lot more we can do. If we had 3 hours, I could tell you a ton more, but
no worries. So what I really want to encourage our audience to do, please continue to like and share these videos. If you find them helpful, please like them and share them. Follow Lynn and myself on Instagram, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. I know Lynn is all over LinkedIn, and she has tons of great information there that can help you in this area, in your health and in your fitness area, also in finance and in real estate as well. Join her on LinkedIn, join her on Instagram and YouTube. If you like these videos, subscribe to my channel. Lynn and I will be coming back to you throughout the course of this week, and she'll be giving more tips on how to alleviate stress and to minimize your stress levels during this period of COVID-19 and even after COVID-19 is over, because this too shall pass. And we don't want to ever live in a state of being paralyzed by stress, because that limits our productivity and it prevents us from becoming the person that we want to become. Until next time, I'm Laquita Monley, and this is Miss Lynn DelGaudio, and we look forward to speaking with you guys again real soon. Take care.